a lot of centralized aspects of compute. And I think we see that more and more, actually. But fast forward 10 years, I think DeFi will have expanded dramatically. It is an incredibly valuable set of protocols. It does allow you to do really interesting things. It allows people to take risks that they, take risks or hedge off risks that they simply cannot do really, in TradFi. So I think that's going to continue to develop. I think it's, we're seeing all these restaking protocols and things like that. Sometimes I wonder whether perhaps people don't necessarily take the lessons of the past when it comes to like stacking, security, and economic incentives, kind of in a tower, whereby if you pull a brick out at the bottom, some aspect comes tumbling down. But that said, I think there has to be a degree of experimentation to find what works, right? That's kind of what the industry is about. So in 10 years, I think DeFi is very much still here.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. As you all heard in the beginning of this video, intro from Hugo Filion, the CEO of Flare Network, or co-founder, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just double check that. Co-founder, I don't know if he's the CEO or not. But he mentioned that he believes in the next 10 years, DeFi is still going to be around. So in today's video breakdown, we're going to be jumping down some fundamentals. I'm going to show you all some posts that we had previously discussed and talk about on the X Space and on our Twitter that have aged very, very well, just to show you guys that here at CYPRX, we're constantly feeding you all proper information that you all should be paying attention to. There's going to be a certain onset of individuals that take advantage and a certain set of people that do not. And hopefully you all, as my followers, have been taking advantage of some of the information that we've been pumping out. So with that being said, if you enjoy these video breakdowns, we're going to share some video clips. We're going to go over some fundamentals. Do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the platform. We do appreciate the love and the support. It does help this platform grow, and it does boost the algorithm, pushing these video breakdowns out to more like-minded individuals like yourselves. So let's jump into today's breakdown. Let's share screen. Let's go over the first fundamental that we have for you all today before we jump into some video clips. And it's going to actually start off with the psychology piece, where I said to you guys back on June 3rd, and this is going to full circle. Okay, this post is going to full circle. I said, I want to remind you all to wake up every morning with a proactive mindset. Strive to be the kind of person who shapes their environment to achieve their goals, rather than an individual that's waiting for their environment to shape your success. Remember, the most powerful opportunity we have is to keep an open mind to information that we encounter, not just to understand opinions, but to see the possibilities that they present. Let's make the most of every opportunity and create the success that we desire, right? So let's go down the rabbit hole. This is going to be the first video clip that I'm going to present to you all. And it was a video breakdown from back on June 7th, 2024. Now, the dates and the vast amount of this information that I'm going to present to you all here today is going to play a very important role because of some updated fundamentals, again, showing you guys how well all of the information that we put out to you all here at CYPRX has matured and has come into fruition. So in this particular video breakdown, it was a live that I did with Mr. Aqua. We were talking about the mindset that the vast amount of individuals have been manipulated into believing is the key to success and making wealth in this digital asset landscape, which is buy a digital asset and hodl. Instead of understanding that right now at our fingertips, we have the ability to be our own bank, to utilize these DeFi protocols and these DeFi built out ecosystems to earn yield on our digital assets in the now. So let's take a second and listen to this. And then again, I'm going to show you all how this has matured and it has materialized very well over time, where we're talking about the infrastructure. We're talking about the mindset shift that is going to overpower the vast majority of individuals in crypto as time progresses. Take a second and listen to this portion of this video clip. You have to understand what we've been programmed as XRP holders. And I'm just using XRP as an example. I mean, there's opportunities in DeFi on the Hedera network, on the Stellar network, on XDC. I mean, I'm just naming utility assets because, again, the vast majority of my followers hold these assets, and you should be again, not financial advice, taking advantage of educating yourself on how to use those assets to work for you. But keep in mind that we've been, look at, just zoom out for a second. Okay, what happened to all of us, the world, the global population, 2019, 2020? We were locked down. Our sovereignty was stripped from us. We were manipulated into believing that there was this virus that took place. And again, you know, and I'm saying that now because publicly, what's being announced? There's things coming out that are bringing to light some of the things that us conspiracy theorists were talking about back in 2020. And I'm not going to go into detail, but you guys know what I'm talking about. After that, 2021, peak of the bull market cycle, what happened after that? 2021, 2022, and 2023, one of the most devastating market cycles in crypto took place, where we saw crash after black swan event. And what did that do? It manipulated the mindsets of individuals to think, oh my gosh, I got to get my crypto assets out of these platforms and cold storage them. And so now everybody's been manipulated into believing that the only way towards wealth in crypto is to hodl. When in reality, during the bear market, what was being built? The infrastructure, the Web3 ecosystem, all of these blockchain native, crypto native organizations were building out the DeFi ecosystem in order for these large financial institutions to do exactly what we're talking about now, which is earn yield on these digital assets. And I'm going to show you all this. And I've been trying to show you all this, but nobody wants to tap in because they're scared. They are manipulated into believing that the only road to wealth in crypto is to hodl on cold storage devices. There is a right. So we'll stop it there. And remember, in this particular video breakdown, I mentioned that the infrastructure is for a fact being built out. Well, I posted a video clip of an individual representative, an ex-Ripple representative, and an ex-Federal Reserve representative named Thomas Cohen talking on a panel discussion from Block Stories just a couple of days ago. And I want you all to just take a second and listen to what this individual says to reiterate back to what I mentioned, that the infrastructure layer is for a fact being built out. Developments are happening behind the scenes at a rapid pace. Regulation is coming into fruition. The tools in which we utilize as DeFi users and crypto native users is scaling at an unprecedented pace, and it's becoming a lot easier for individuals to use these new technologies. You cannot deny that. Now, listen to this representative go on to talk about this. And this is, again, just me showing you all that the information that we put out here at CYPRX is aging well, because this video breakdown from the one that I just showed you guys is back from, let's see, June 7th. And this most recent video breakdown is more recent from just last month in like July. Take a second and listen to what he says.
Have to really credit, and I think we also have to really credit the industry as a whole in terms of how much better the user experience, how much better the technology, and how much better the underlying applications that we all use in this space have improved since the previous cycle. And so I think that's really one of the bigger differences here is just thinking back to 2020, the different apps we use on the DeFi side or on the institutional side is just very different. It's much more user friendly and much more likely to make it easier for people to make the jump from TradFi to crypto. I also think that the regulatory side has begun to shift. I mean, as an American, it's pretty easy. I mean, I'm in Frankfurt here for many reasons, but one of which is we've seen so much capital flow to the EU because of MiCA and because of the power of it, and finally being able to be given rules of the road in a way that on the other side of the Atlantic, we're very much still deciding and in the discussion phase of creating the regulations that make sense for this industry. So it's very clear that while we have a long way, that progress is very much happening, and we see that as a large indication of the direction that we see this going.
Okay, so I'll pause it right there. One of the key takeaways that he said is that the environment in which we operate in now is a lot easier for traditional financial players to make the jump, specifically, that's what he said, make the jump into DeFi. Keep that in mind, because this is a recent video update, and the reason for today's video is for us to show you all that here at CYPRX, we've been putting this information out well in advance before it's actually reached the mainstream. So I want to show you all a live example of that, and then start to break down other examples that we have recently displayed on the X space, showing you guys, again, that all of these posts that we have been touting to you guys are continuing to materialize time and time again. So remember, he just said the new environment in which we operate in is becoming a lot easier for TradFi to migrate over, or make the jump, specifically is what he said, into DeFi. Well, here is a post back from June 8th. I posted this little tiny fundamental to you guys. And I said the infrastructure has been built. Institutions will onboard massive amounts of capital into DeFi within the next few years. And you can see right here, this is the fundamental piece talking about how all the trades on one integrated platform via this platform that was built out. It is the gateway to CeFi and DeFi, maximizing capital efficiency for institutions, right? It's this liquidity tech protocol. Okay, you guys can pause it and read this. I won't waste time, but they are claiming to be the architects of institutional empowerment and digital assets. And again, this is just one platform just to show you backed information that we were putting out way before this panel discussion even took place, where the individual representative literally said the same exact thing from the documents that we put out to you guys months in advance. Here is another example where we were talking about back on June 3rd. This is a really great banger right here. Just show you guys the information that we put out is just continuously coming into fruition time and time again. It's maturing properly to show you that we're not here just spouting off opinions to you guys. We're actually doing documented research to show you the developments in this space and why you should be involved in DeFi, why you should be involved in a community, a research community like ours here at CYPRX, because we're not just opinionated, we're factual based, we're research based. So I said to you guys way months ago, back on June 3rd, MasterCard selected 5 startups from around the world to participate in Start Path blockchain and digital assets programs. People still think crypto and these new technologies are dead, LOL. Mentioning the Hedera Hashgraph Association and different announcements. Here it mentions MasterCard, them selecting 5 different startups around the world to start to participate in digital asset programs. And then what was just announced today? As of today, August 14, 2024, would you look at that? MasterCard News put out, bridging the gap between mainstream and decentralized financial worlds. We're making it easier for users of self-custody wallets to make card purchases everywhere MasterCard is accepted. In collaboration with industry leaders like MetaMask, which is a hot wallet online that you can again go and download and utilize on DeFi platforms, and Banks Group, we're launching a groundbreaking Web3 card program that combines the freedom of self-custody with the security of MasterCard network. The program marks a significant step forward in mainstream crypto adoption. And again, we were telling everybody that this was happening behind the scenes. Look at this post. This post is from August 14th. This is us on our X profile telling you guys back on June 3rd, months ago, to pay attention to developments from MasterCard, from Hedera, right? And so on and so forth, letting you know that the infrastructure is for a fact being built out. When everybody else was fearful, we kept telling you guys to pay attention to detail and do not get distracted. Look at the developments that are happening that the mainstream is not going to cover. Here's another one, considering the fact that we were mentioning Hedera in this specific post. We were copying this lady's post from LinkedIn, Amy Rose Gooday, the digital economy and DLT enabled lead. You can see here, this is a post. Okay, I'm going to play this video clip real quick. So let me stop share screen and present it in a different way so you can actually hear it. This is an individual representative. I'm not too sure what role this individual representative plays from Copper, but just to show you another post that has aged very, very well. Again, that the CYPRX team put out to you all well in advance. So this is back from June 5th, 2024. Key phrase here in this post: institutions will need access to DeFi, which is why we continue to tell you all to pay attention. And this video breakdown is going to continue to go down the rabbit hole and show you why you should again be involved in DeFi. This is an individual representative from Copper, pay attention to detail, and LTP, right? Mentioning that institutions will want and need access to DeFi. Take a second and listen.
What's next, right? I mentioned about, okay, well, we're very focused on institutional investors. What are we going to create for institutional investors? They'll need access to exchanges. They'll need access to OTC liquidity. They need staking. They need DeFi. All these things are really necessary. So we built all these products inside Copper so that clients can access these things without having to move assets frequently.
Right? They will need access to staking. They will need access to liquidity. They will need access to DeFi. We were telling you all this back June 5th, 2024, months ago. Now, fast forward to today. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, yesterday, to be more accurate. But looking at yesterday's fundamental headlines, what did we see? We saw Copper announce a partnership with the HBAR Foundation. Copper has integrated with the Hedera network to enable institutional access to DeFi and custody of HBAR and Hedera token services. Would you look at that? And we were telling you guys, pay attention to DeFi. DeFi is the new wave. Look at this. So many people are sleeping on allowing their digital assets to work for them simply because they do not understand the opportunities readily available to them. This is months ago, people. This is physical proof that here at CYPRX, we put out information that ages very well because it is not opinionated. It is research based. And now you can see, fast forward, right? We were putting out information about MasterCard building out the infrastructure. We see MasterCard partnerships with MetaMask. We see Copper video breakdowns telling you guys to pay attention to DeFi back in June 5th, 2024. Fast forward to yesterday, Copper announced a partnership with Hedera. So why do you think we're telling you guys to pay attention to DeFi? It's because these financial institutions are 110% paying attention to DeFi. Here you guys can see a post from Mr. Aqua letting you all know, June 26, 2024, not to sleep on DeFi. Then down here, you can see he also mentioned your digital assets should be working for you. This is from June 25th, 2024. Now, here is a video breakdown of $100 billion asset under management CEO of Wisdom Tree mentioning the same exact thing, that your money should be working for you. So this is just me showing you guys that we do not put these tweets out and these posts to you guys trying to educate you on DeFi based off of our own opinions. We take information, we take facts from these large financial institutions, and we create content based off of that because we move with where the money's moving to. And these banking institutions are 110% interested in using crypto and DeFi solutions to earn yield on their digital assets. So take a second and let's listen to what this representative from Wisdom Tree goes on to say about your digital assets working for you and how they're interested in DeFi.
This is a sustainable thing. Investing is obviously, it's not a one-day thing. You have to, you talk about young people trying to get ahead. You want your money to work for you. Yeah. And if you are putting your money to work properly, it's just one of the great lessons in life. Otherwise, you have to work really, really hard if your money isn't working for you.
And everyone should have the opportunity to work hard, save, invest, create value for their families. I mean, that's why I think so many people have drawn to the United States, because of the opportunity to do just that. And our financial markets are the backbone of that opportunity. Let's switch gears into kind of where this is going. So we've talked about spot crypto ETFs. Let's talk about DeFi. This is an area where you guys, and you personally, have put a tremendous amount of thought. And you guys are really looking at it from the perspective of what you call responsible DeFi. What do you mean by that?
So he specifically said your money should be working for you. I don't know how more clear to make it. Look at what Mr. Aqua said. Again, myself and him built out the Wealth 28 Club to teach individuals from A to Z how to utilize DeFi protocols, how to get your digital assets working for you. Mr. Aqua literally said word for word, your digital assets should be working for you back on June 25th, 2024. Now, here is another very interesting fundamental to show you guys how well all of this information has matured over the past consecutive couple of months. This is a fundamental piece from August 13th, 2024. When I read this, it literally blew me away, because if you've been a follower of ours for some time, if you've been tapped into the DeFi ecosystem, maybe you're a Wealth 28 Club member, maybe you're not, but you've been paying attention to the content that we've been putting out. We've been telling you all that DeFi is the new wave. Here's that post. Where is that? Right here. Let's see. I said right here, DeFi is the new wave. And so many people are sleeping on allowing their digital assets to work for them. Look at what Michael D. Vanderpoop just put out today. Well, yesterday. Today's August 14th. This is from August 13th. But he said in this headline, right? DeFi and Ethereum are the new narrative. If the markets didn't have a narrative, then it has presented a new narrative, which is DeFi. I think in terms of investment perspective, Michael D. Vanderpoop tells the Hall of Fame. What? Absolutely mind-blowing, because again, just to show you how well all of the information has materialized that we put out to you guys well in advance. We were telling you all DeFi is the new wave months ago, back June 5th, 2024, 2 months in advance before this fundamental piece even came out, trying to keep you guys ahead of the rest of the retail crowd. The rest of the retail crowd is distracted. They're confused. They're manipulated. Their brain juices are being milked on a day-to-day basis, which is, again, why you should be tapped into a community like ours here at CYPRX. I cannot stress enough that now is the opportune moment to get tapped in, to take advantage of, at least at a minimum, learning how to utilize DeFi. So that way, in the next bull market cycle, when you make massive amount of money in your cryptocurrency long-term bags, you can take a portion of that, deploy it into stable coins, and learn how to make 40 to 60% APR on $100,000, on $200,000, or maybe even you don't have that amount of money and you want to make that type of APR on $10,000 or $1,000, always getting your money to work for you. We're in the Wealth 28 Club. We have broken it down in simplistic terms for any type of individual, whether you're a beginner or intermediate or advanced investor, to understand. Go visit CYPRXtrading.com and get tapped in before the masses come in, which I'm clearly showing you guys is about to happen, whether you like it or not. Individuals in crypto will eventually migrate over to DeFi because they will see that it is the new wave. Man, I cannot stress enough. So to revert back to how I started this post off, we'll play this one more time because this is the co-founder of the Flare network. And he goes on to mention again how he believes DeFi is here to stay, which I have a firm belief it is as well. It's only going to continue to get regulated. It's only going to continue to mature, just like the DeFi ecosystem. And he specifically mentions that within the next 10 years, DeFi will be here to stay. So let's just play this one more time and then we'll roll over 2 more posts and then we'll cut it for today. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, showing you all how well our posts have matured over time, how the things that we've talked about on the CYPRX platforms have materialized and come into fruition. We're never putting out hypey information to you guys. We're always putting out facts and good, valuable research. This is a platform where you can trust the research. We're not here being opinionated or trying to steer you in the wrong direction. We're trying to get you to see that the information that we tap into, not a lot of people are paying attention to until the move has already happened. So if you want to get ahead of the move, you want to get ahead of the retail crowd, join the community, whether it's the Wealth 28 Club, you come into the trading space with our trading mentorship, or you just join the Discord, be a part of a like-minded community. Now is the time. So let's take a second and just listen to him reiterate this one more time. I'll put it on 1.25 speed so that way we don't waste any more of your time today, and we'll go from there.
It's fully on the blockchain. So I think there's always going to be a lot of centralized aspects of compute. And I think we see that more and more, actually. But fast forward 10 years, I think DeFi will have expanded dramatically. It is an incredibly valuable set of protocols.
I don't even think we need to go any further than that. He said within the next 10 years, he thinks that DeFi is going to expand dramatically. It is an extremely important set of protocols. Take that into consideration. This is not a joke. This is not a game. DeFi is not a scam. You can go and learn about it and build a mature, again, I repeat again, like this individual had mentioned. Let me share my screen with you guys in a different way. I don't know why StreamYard makes me do that, but it is what it is. This individual right here from Wisdom Tree, she asked him, how are you building a mature DeFi approach? And we capitalize on this here at CYPRX. I said to you guys back June 9th, 2024, building a DeFi portfolio starts with education and risk mitigation. Those are our 2 primary goals here in the CYPRX Wealth 28 Club. We're not here trying to capitalize on high APRs and chase meme coins and do all this stuff. No, we're trying to build passive income. Once you've mastered that, you can create a profitable DeFi strategy to earn passive income with your crypto, making money literally while you sleep. DeFi passive income in this in-depth DeFi university that we've built, teaching you how to start to build a mature educational approach and build a risk mitigation strategy. And it will lead overall over time, once you build and put the elbow grease in, to making consistent profits in the DeFi space. Not only in DeFi space, but in the crypto space in general, right? We're all here to make money, yet everybody has this buy and hold mentality that has been literally brain fed into you because of the past couple of years and what we've experienced since 2021. All right. I cannot stress enough. Now is the time to get involved. Last but not least, Mr. Aqua, again, just putting out information. One of the screenshots from within inside our private Wealth 28 Club, individual representative from the Wealth 28 Club going on to say, I want to say a huge shout out and thanks to Cypress and Mr. Aqua for all the information that they have been sharing consistently for putting together in the Wealth 28 Club DeFi University program. So to full circle back to what I mentioned at the beginning of this call. Okay. Remember, the most powerful opportunity that we have is to keep an open mind to information that we encounter. Don't just shy off of this video. Don't just break off and be like, oh, this information is nothing. I don't know what I'm too scared to go and deploy my capital into DeFi. I'm going to get impermanent loss or whatever. Go learn about it. You don't have to go and deploy capital into the DeFi space. You can at least be educated about it and then make a decision. Okay. Make the most of every opportunity and create the success that you desire. Don't wait for success to fall into your lap. So again, CYPRX Wealth 28 Club is a different breed of savvy crypto investors building real wealth in crypto with digital assets that most people do nothing but hodl with, expecting to become rich overnight. Take a different approach. Learn how to deploy into DeFi, because the DeFi ecosystem is only going to grow. You don't have to deploy, but you can learn how. You can join other like-minded individuals like this individual, Tyler, that said, just join today. After finding you just yesterday, $28 is an absolute steal. And there's tons of video breakdowns, which there is. There's well over 75 video breakdowns taking you step by step, A to Z, breaking down DeFi for you guys. Anyways, I'm not going to tout the horn anymore. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video breakdown, you enjoyed the information, you enjoy seeing the updates start to materialize over time that we've been putting out to you guys, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. Many blessings to you all. Thank you all so much for always returning to the platform. And as always, stay blessed out there, be cognizant, and I will see you all in the next video breakdown.